Okay, hey, yo, what's good? I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna start this, but I'm gonna start it right now. Okay. So, right now the time is, which means it's late. Okay, I doubt this is gonna go up, but if you're seeing this, this is the one, or whatever that means. I've tried to film this video 1,000 times, and I haven't uploaded it any of the times. So like I said, if you're seeing this video, it came across right, which is impossible to get across, but it did. I also want to say before you watch this video, it's not like a quick watch, so kind of make sure you have a minute before you choose to watch it, because it's something quick. It's something you want to sit down and actually listen to if you are interested in what I'm about to say. Well, I guess you wouldn't know that yet, but if you give a fuck, sit down and watch the video properly. If you don't, then watch another time or just click off. Today I'm going to be opening up about something which I have had for many years. It's affected many parts of my life, which I'm going to get into in this video, and I feel like I just want to speak about it now. Like, I feel like so many of my friends low-key know about it, like only my really close ones. Also, by the way, I know the lighting is terrible, but like it's not really that sort of video where it all needs to look professional. I'm just going to be honest about some shit. So yeah, whatever. A few of my close friends know about it. It's kind of hard to understand, but I'm gonna do my best way of explaining it. Long story put short, I have this thing called derealization. There's two things. There's derealization and depersonalization. Derealization is where like you experience like a traumatic event to the point where it takes you out of reality and kind of puts you kind of behind your eyes and just kind of out of your body and just kind of puts you in the back of your mind. I've got some photos to kind of show you. Depersonalization is where your thoughts aren't real, and derealization is where like your vision and your living and your seeing, it isn't real. Kind of feels like you're in a dream all the time. It's something that I've had ever since I was like 13, 14. I'm obviously now 21, so I've had it for quite a while. I'm not going to go into the experiences I've had, what kind of gave me it. Actually, maybe I will. You know what? Maybe I will. But it kind of imprints this thing on you, right? Where it just gives you that, like, I don't give a fuck mentality about anything. Does that make sense? It kind of puts you out of reality and makes you feel like you're living in, like a dream. One of the negatives of it is it kind of, I guess, encourages you to make terrible decisions without even, like, thinking of it, because it doesn't even feel real anyway, so you just kind of do it, and then obviously because you're a human being, you're living, you do get the backlash, which we'll go into later on. When this thing first came onto me, and if you want to go ahead and pause the video, do more research, you can, but when I first got derealization, and that's not the thoughts, that's kind of just like living being, I think I first got it from an event where I tried like a substance or whatever when I was kind of young with some friends. I'm not going to go into what it is, but I just tried something, and it kind of like it kind of like messed up my mind completely. Like I went through an experience where I genuinely that day like sat down and like I was prepared to like die. Like I was like, okay, you're probably not gonna make it through this. You're going through some crazy shit. You can't see, you can barely feel. You're like shit's like more than spinning. Like you're just like, it's hard to explain the feeling, because it was just so fucked up and so like traumatic, I guess. It scared me for so long, to the point where like my body was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And it kind of just puts you back here and just kind of keeps you there. People who have experienced it before, it kind of goes away and comes on. It can be, you know, every now and then for a few hours, or you know, they get it once a month. But with me, it's kind of been like permanent. I've kind of been locked in it for like years, like 7 years now. In fact, a YouTuber called Dodie done a good YouTube video explaining what it is, like, and what it's like. I'll link it down below. But when I was 16, obviously I was in high school taking my GCSEs, my exams and stuff, and I did see like a psychiatrist about this or some shit. He kind of understood and kind of understood a little bit. He told me he's cured people with it before, but to be honest, I don't think he had any idea really what like he was talking about, or like, because he was just explaining it wrong, and I was just like, no, you're kind of like far off, to be honest. When I was 16, he prescribed me with this stuff, this medicine stuff, which I firstly tried. Like, I tried this stuff, but it literally like turned my body upside down and made me so sick. Like, I remember doing my GCSEs, I could only take like 2 of them and just failed the rest because I took this medicine during that time, even just like twice, and it freaking killed my inside. I remember one time I was at school, high school this is, on the field, and I took it this morning. My mum was like, hey, don't take that again, you need to just fucking like, just threw up your whole entire like yesterday. So I was like, you know what, listen, no, I want to get rid of this shit. This means more to me than my exams. So I took this stuff again, and that day in school I was on the field, I could barely make it to break. Like, obviously I couldn't just be to the teachers, I'm about to fucking, I just had to leave. I just jumped over the fence and just like cycled home, and I was actually cycling, throwing up and cycling and throwing it. It was fucked, it was crazy. But yeah, I was basically prescribed this stuff. I tried it, it felt like it worked, but I don't know if it was a placebo. But then from there I didn't try again, because I was just like, you know what, the experience of that is just too painful in itself. So I stopped that. It kind of made me fail all my GCSEs, didn't need it anyway, because you know, we got this stuff going, which is great. And then I went back a few years later and got given this other medicine, but I felt like maybe I spoke to my friends, you know, like Millie and stuff, and she's kind of smart with that stuff, and I think and just speaking to my friends came to the conclusion that like I didn't want to rely on like a medicine to make me feel better. I researched the kind of pills they gave me, and it was for like extreme like schizophrenic bipolar shit, and I was just like, fuck that, like I don't want to take any of that shit like at all, so I can't just continue to deal with it by myself. I think that's why I've had so much success in the YouTube stuff, because obviously when you start like in someone like mine who doesn't really make it out of just kind of like getting a normal job and shit, I feel like people would hate and take the piss, but I feel like I wouldn't even care, because I wouldn't even see it. Like, I would see it be in front of me, but it just wouldn't affect me, because it wouldn't be able to get to me, just because, like, you know, unless I'm so focused on something, I just don't really give a shit. I think that's kind of a good thing. And then obviously music came along, and it allowed me to kind of open up and express my feelings in a way where I wasn't so stuttery, and kind of, you know, really just get it out there in words and flows. And these are songs which you guys wouldn't have heard because they were just too deep, and I was like, nah man, I don't want to put this out in the world. I have actually decided to put a song out. It happens to be today as well, and the music video is on my Milky Sad YouTube channel, will be linked down below. It's called I Think She Hates Me. Got the tattoo as well, because
I think she hates me, probably because I'm living in a daydream. You can save me, cause I got these demons trying to chase me. I didn't trip on love, bitch, I damn fell.
It kind of links in with this whole depersonalization thing. It's quite a deep song, but I've decided to put it out, so I'd appreciate if you guys could check it out. Because I love music, man. I fucking love it. It really allows me to kind of be myself and communicate with kind of people. Yeah, I'm sure you'll hear that on the song if you decide to check it out. And we filmed a great music video as well. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, back into the video. Like, it made me so like fucking depressed. Like, I would just crave to just like feel normal and just like feel like I was back in the world again, and just like kind of like you know, just feel like because I feel like at that age you shouldn't really have to go through shit like that. You should just be able to be a kid and just do kid stuff and fun stuff and chill with your friends with no kind of like bullshit up here. But yeah, I guess it was my decision. Yeah, I wanted to say as well, it's not like an excuse, by the way, for like things I've done, like which have been put online. It obviously it affects my decision making, and it kind of allows me to do dumb shit, which I've definitely done, which has kind of, you know, affected my friends' relationships of people online who, you know, for example Millie and the social climbers and all that sort of group. I think as of now I've kind of just decided to kind of take myself out of the situation, of like out of the company of the people I kind of really care about, just because I feel like because of it kind of just lets me hurt people, and I really don't want to fucking do that. Like, I don't want to like hurt people, and I don't want to like do that to people I love and care about. So I feel like for the most part now I've kind of distanced myself, not entirely, but partly just because. But before I feel like I want to be able to control it before I kind of, you know, I guess make any more dumb decisions around my friends, which also affects them. So obviously, the search comes, if you are watching this, I know I'm in contact with you, but you know, I love you all, and I'm sorry, like, you know. And I feel like ever since that whole experience happened, it kind of gave me like a twitch. If you guys know, like, I don't know if you've seen it before, but I've just noticed this. Just remember this. It gave me like a twitch, and it almost feels like whenever I kind of stay still for too long, that's probably just my fucking ADHD kicking in, but whenever I kind of stay still too long and my brain kind of goes too far back from not doing shit, I kind of twitch, and it kind of brings me back to kind of a little bit more reality, like I should be. I don't know, just another conclusion I kind of came to, but personally for me, what I found like is if you're ever kind of going through some shit or like locked in your mind with some shit, I feel like it's really important to find something which kind of like motivates you and makes you passionate and just makes you happy and just allows you that kind of escape. For me, obviously that is music, but like allow you just to escape out of your head and just locked in, and that the fact that, and just the general fact of like you are not alone, like other people going through the same sort of shit. I don't know if any of you guys out there experience the same sort of thing, and I guess maybe that's the whole reason for the video, because I kind of wanted to say reach out to me if you've experienced something like this. I want to know kind of your experiences, and no, it's kind of not just me, because I feel like few people who I've met in my life like have said they have it, and then I talk to them, they like explain it wrong, and I'm just disappointed if they're trying to get sympathy for me. Then after like 4 years of having it, I kind of just let go of curing it, because I was like, there's no way like this that is ever gonna go away. And I feel like it means a lot to me, obviously, because it sucks. Like, it sucks so bad. Like, you can never get excited for things, because the more kind of excited you get and the more kind of like experience and feeling your brain has, which gets so intense, your brain kind of takes you further and further away out. So the more you get excited, the more happy you get, the more kind of distant you get from real life, if that makes sense, which obviously sucks. Okay, well, I guess thanks for listening. I appreciate your time if you got to the end. Give me a message on Instagram if you're feeling some sort of way about some shit. It'd be really nice and interesting to talk to other people who are kind of going through the same sort of shit, even if it's just like some depression shit or anxiety shit. Yeah, because I feel like maybe in a way it's allowed me to kind of give good advice, because it's like I can never take my own advice, but it's kind of maybe allowed me to see situations from like a step back. You know, I guess maybe it's not all bad, but yeah, I think I'm just sick of just like keeping it in and just not saying shit and just keeping shit to myself like I always do. Eventually there's going to be a point where you're like, fuck it, I just want to say how I'm feeling to the world or to somebody, or to yeah, so give me a message if you know you're interested in it further, or if you have the same sort of shit, or if you just kind of need advice with shit. I'll be more than happy to help. So lots of love. Check out the music video, that'd be cool. Yeah, lots of love. See you guys in the future, and yeah, thanks for listening.